Hey, what's up guys? So I figured I would do a video on railroad grips and what I carry. Currently out right now in Harrisburg working on some of my Amtrak qualifications, how I've been assigned our trains. We run a lot on Amtrak, so we actually have to come out and take Amtrak qualification tests, just like their conductors do, in order to be able to be qualified to run on the different areas of Amtrak that we get on. But I figured I would just go through my grip, show you what I carry, suggestions for what you should carry, and stuff like that. So if anybody doesn't know, a grip is like our bags that we carry with us. It has all of our work stuff in it. So I'll flip around here and just show you what I carry right now, what I have in the bag, what we typically are supposed to have, and some stuff that's nice to have with you. So this is my bag. It's nothing spectacular. It's just, your average tool bag that you can get from Lowe's, Home Depot, wherever, Harbor Freight. You don't have to spend a lot of money on them. There's some really nice ones out there that are $200–300 if you go through Red Ox or other smaller suppliers that make specifically bags for railroaders, but a lot of guys, they spend $20–30 on just a regular tool bag, and it works just fine. So the bag that I have, zippers, it closes up, it has these two carry handles, and also the nice thing is it has the shoulder strap. But this is everything that I am able to carry in here. It's all the stuff that I certainly need. Vest, gloves. I also carry, I have two bags. This is pretty much like my go bag. This is a bag I can grab and I know that everything's in there that I need. All my books, maps, reference materials, operating bulletins, all that kind of good stuff. Then I have a backpack that has my extra stuff in it, like an extra shirt, extra pair of socks, rain gear, wet gear, you don't ever want to be caught without that. Extra set of gloves for when knees get wet. I have a dry pair of gloves, the earplugs, stuff like that, just general stuff. And it kind of serves as like an overnight bag as well, to where you're in a hotel. So I have like aspirin in there, sunscreen, phone charger, all that kind of good stuff. But so this is all the stuff that we're kind of required to have on us at all times. To start off, like, this is my map book. So it always helps to be well organized and keep everything together. So this is my book of maps that I've acquired, made, has all the notes and stuff on it for specifics about yarding instructions, handbrake requirements, what you can and can't do in different places, stuff like that. So I keep them all in there and protected for the most part, so I keep that binder. Notepad is always good to have. These are our track authority books that we have, so we definitely need that. This is another map book that we're given, and again, this one is actually my newer book. I don't have all my notes in here because I actually had to get a new book because my other one got really messed up. But all your speeds, general rules, any specific information about different areas, stuff like that. So then I have all my folders of operating bulletins, division bulletins, superintendent notices. This is a book that we have for Amtrak to be able to qualify operating underneath the wire, the catenary wires. And then I just buy these nice little clear folders that you can, put in your op bulletins and keep those all with you. Another map book for a whole nother territory. This one has the Amtrak stuff in it for the other territory that I'm assigned. Industry notes, industry maps for all the local industries that we serve. Has nice stuff. This is all provided actually by the company, so you don't have to make yours, but it has all the specifics on the industries that you'll be working. It's nice to have, at 3 in the morning when you're going to an industry you haven't been to in probably 3 months, and you just need a good refresher on what goes down out there. These are really nice to have. These little notebooks, they fit in your pocket really well, and you can write down whatever you need to, you know, yarding instructions, what work you're doing, whatever. Pens, you can never have enough pens. This is just a few. I have a whole stack of them in my book here. This is the Amtrak operating rules book. This is a backup map that I can just kind of grab right away. It's in a protective clear plastic. They actually have these for us in the crew areas, these like plastic sleeves. They're really nice to put in, put your like cut sheets in, stuff like that. But I just have this another map that I can just grab quick, that I can stick in my pocket. It's basically the same thing that's in that blue folder, just easier accessible. And then we have all of our training manuals. This is our rules book. This is our division timetable. The difference between the rules book is the operating rules is like system-wide. The division timetable is going to be specifically for where you work. So that has all the information that's division specific in it that you need to know as well. The RIT book is for our electronic reporting devices that we have with us for when we're switching industries and stuff like that. What else? This is a summed up version of operating bulletins that have been changed or revised from the previous year that are still in effect. And this book tells you how to handle equipment, like your brake test, handbrake requirements, how to properly secure equipment, handling of locomotives, special equipment like geometry cars and maintenance away stuff, like that's all in there. This is just your basic guide book for basic brakeman, switchman duties, and the really core base fundamentals of your job pretty much. And this book is about hazardous materials. This book here pretty much is a system-wide safety and general conduct rules. It's not so much a operating rules book, but it more pertains to just general safety rules. Also people that work maintenance away, CNS, locomotive maintenance shops. Like there's a bunch of rules in here about like how to properly use a gas torch and stuff like that. The next thing is I cannot stress enough is get yourself a journal or some type of log book. This is where I keep pretty much a log of every job except for like yard jobs. But if it's a local job, road job, I write everything in here. Where we were, where we went, any delays, what happened, when we stopped, when we got going again. It's good just to keep track of this, because if for any reason they want to handle you for something, say like delay of train, or they want to know what held you up, you can always go back and reference your note and be like, oh yeah, milepost such and such at this time we were stopped because of XYZ and we were stuck there for like 2 hours, and you have documentation of that. But I like to keep my local notes in here as well. Again, good reference material for when you go back to an industry that you haven't seen in a little bit. You can just reference, say, okay, like this, how many cars can fit here. This is what you need to do at that industry. And then this is my clipboard. In here is where I keep my Amtrak, pretty much like all my documentation stuff, like my brake forms, Form Ds for Amtrak, all the operating bulletins that are currently in effect for Amtrak, another slew of pens, and a little calculator. It doesn't hurt to have one of these with you if you need to make some rough calculations on the fly, because you can't have your phone out. But if you're if you don't have the writ and stuff with you, and you're trying to see what your new train length is, or you're trying to make calculations that have changed on your train, calculator is always nice to have, since again you can't be on your phone. And then on the side pocket here, personal stuff, car keys, phone charger, crew packs, which is like your toilet paper, moist towelette wipes, disinfectant wipes, stuff like that. Brake gauge is also in there. And I have some plastic bags over here. But again, like, this is kind of the basic loadout because my backpack that I carry typically has the other stuff in it, some extra other books that I don't necessarily need every day, but I'll probably need when I go out on the road, the wet gear, stuff like that. It all can't fit in here. But this is the basic loadout. So again, if you guys are, you know, kind of wondering what gets carried in these, what you kind of have with you pretty much at all times, yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so that is what a railroad grip is. They call them grips, but it's your little, you know, bag with all your stuff in it. Everybody's a little bit different. Some guys, they carry other stuff that some guys don't. The one thing that I carry, it's not in this bag, but it's in my backpack, is a folding lawn chair bag. So, you know, like you get a folding lawn chair and it comes in like a carry bag with a shoulder strap on it. Those are nice to have because when you're out on the line of road somewhere and you get, you know, say a part in your train comes apart and it's a blown hose and you need to replace the hose. Well, you need to take a wrench with you, you need to take the hose with you, and you might have to take that a mile and a half away to where the break is, and it can get heavy. So in that bag, it's a perfect length actually to carry the wrench, carry the hose, and I have 2 or 3 extra glad hand gaskets in there as well, to keep that all together. And it's a lot easier to carry that bag, and it's actually a perfect size for the wrench and the hose. It makes it a lot easier to walk those long distances, and you'll learn as you go that it was nice to have this, or it would be nice to have that when you need it, and then you'll make changes, you know, as to how and what you carry with you. But that's the basics. That's a railroad grip. That's what I carry. If you're a railroader watching this video, you're going to see something that, oh, you know, I didn't realize that, or you carry your stuff way differently. But yeah, so I'm going to get going. I got to catch a train here shortly to go back, and I'll catch you guys later. If you guys have any questions or, you know, comments, don't be afraid to comment below. If you have an idea for a video, something that you want to hear a little bit more about, or something that I didn't cover yet, shoot me, you know, a comment on maybe a video suggestion. So I'll see you guys later.